Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let gang, and back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Shay's 2 Late Night Owls Talk Time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me go ahead and go over that copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across that screen right there. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure to share and leave a comment. Also, hype this video up if you watch me in the replay. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, Cash App donation at $ShayesTube, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to all who have donated so far. And again, welcome to Shay's Tube this late night. All right, we're not going to be on here that long tonight for real. I know I say it every time, and I'll be on here long, but tonight we're just not, because I came on a little bit later than what I wanted to. All right, let me go ahead and put this background music on, and we are getting ready to get started. And we are only going to talk about one topic tonight, and that's Timothy Busfield. And then I'll give you maybe one or two breaking news, and that will be it for tonight, okay? All right, so we'll get you something to drink and relax in bed or whatever. If you are at work, continue to watch or listen to me on the download, you guys, and thank you so much. Okay, and what did I put that on 12? Okay, it was something else I was going to put up. I can't remember what it was. Oh, let me change this. That's right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with Timothy Busfield. So we got some updated information about him, you guys. About his case and everything. So we're going to go over that tonight. And I'm going to change this real quick. I forgot to put his header up here so you guys can know. Let's do it real quick. And I told you guys I was going to keep you updated regarding all of his, not trial, but his case and stuff, okay? And I'll be doing many different updates this week on some of these cases that I've been telling you guys about, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and talk about him real quick. Let's see, Timothy. All right, so anyway. Hold on. So let me go ahead and get this little stuff real quick. So they got some new, some legal papers now, okay? And those legal papers include eyewitness accounts from shop, cast, and crew. Okay, so this is according to Newsbreak right here, okay? So let me tell you guys, once it opens, let me tell you guys about it. So they said new legal papers were filed by Timothy Busfield on Friday, January the 16th. And they said these papers have shed light on an independent investigation into his alleged behavior with children on the set of The Cleaning Lady. So they said his opposition to the state's motion for pretrial detention includes the alleged confidential report in which multiple cast and crew members address multiple claims, including that the West Wing past actor there, 68, kissed a minor male actor on the face, and that he isolated, groomed, and inappropriately touched a pair of twin child actors on the show. They said eyewitnesses were shocked by the allegations that Mr. Busfield engaged in inappropriate conduct of an sexual nature or otherwise, especially toward minor children. And this is according to an independent workplace investigator, Christina McGovern, who is a partner at Solomon Law. Now, allegedly concluded in a report about her probe, which took place at the behest of Warner Brothers Studios in March, after an anonymous complaint was made through the SAG AFTRA hotline last February. She conducted a follow-up investigation after another complaint was made in July. Witnesses described Mr. Busfield as caring and patient with all actors on set, including the minor actors. And he did this to ensure everyone felt comfortable and at ease. That's according to McGovern. Anyway, I guess McGovern also allegedly interviewed star Elodie Young, as well as members of the production team, hairdressers, set teachers, and parents of other child actors on the show for her initial report. They also said no one reported witnessing any of the alleged behavior or any instances of him acting inappropriately. Several witnesses also noted that it would be highly unlikely for Busfield to have been alone with the boys. Only one witness had any information related to the allegations, and that's according to the alleged report. Young recalled meeting the twins' mother for coffee about a month after they were let go and replaced with another actor. The parents showed Mrs. Young a photo she had taken on set with her twin boys. standing on either side of Mr. Busfield with his arms around them. According to Mrs. Young, the parent said something to her, and although she cannot recall specifically what it was, the parent insinuated that Mr. Busfield was behaving inappropriately in the photo. Mrs. Young told Mrs. McGovern that she told the parent that she did not see anything strange in the photo. Mrs. Young found the parent's comment weird and was so uncomfortable by it that she has since distanced herself from the family. McGovern concluded that the evidence did not support any of the complaints against Busfield. They also had some affidavits from several crew members. They said, I do not recall a single instance during the entire 4 years on the show where I ever saw any adult along with any of the children on set. Alan Caudillo, lead director of photography, said in his, adding that the twins' father creeped me out because he forced the children to give him hugs. Okay. Chris Ford, a driver for the show, also noted that the twins' father forced them to hug adults, including Busfield in his affidavit. As for the anonymous allegations, which seem to suggest that Busfield had also kissed the child actor who replaced the twins after they were let go, the boys' parents insist that never happened in their interviews with McGovern. The boy's mother, Leah Lazo, also provided an affidavit. She said, I never witnessed and am not aware of any instance in which Timothy Busfield could have been along with my son or any other child actor on set. I never saw Timothy Busfield acting inappropriately towards my son or any other child on set. Based on my observations, I never felt or saw any of his interactions with the child actors to be inappropriate. Busfield, who has been arrested and charged with 2 counts of criminal sexual contact of a minor and 1 count of child abuse, filed the papers ahead of his pretrial detention hearing, which is scheduled for tomorrow or later on today, January the 20th. So what do you guys think about that? It's amazing how no one, besides that one person, seen anything. You know what I'm saying? But yet, the dad claims that, I think that was the dad, claims that he did all these things to these 2 twin boys. May not be. I don't know for sure. Why isn't this coming up on the screen? So I told you, hold on. There you go. We got it now. My screen look weird. Okay, anyway. So let's see what some of these comments are saying. So somebody said just what I said before. Show me one independent witness on the set who saw Busfield touch them inappropriately, or I don't believe it. This is retaliation for the boys getting fired. The thing about it though, why was the dad making those boys hug everybody, including Mr. Busfield? That's weird. And then somebody said that the dad creeped them out. So that's kind of odd. Okay, somebody else said that he did pass the polygraph. This is BS. But obviously polygraphs can be tricked and sometimes they're not, truthful. You know what I'm saying? They're not something that you can use to say somebody really did something. So let's see what else. Somebody said if they are just looking for a payout and their accusations are false, then they need prison time. It makes it harder for true victims to come forward. So far, I have read he kissed them on top of their heads in front of their parents. Melissa excuse me, bought them Christmas gifts. Eyewitness said he only kissed the boys on their head in front of the parents. Now, a 16 and 17-year-old girls are saying he was inappropriate with them after this story came out about the twins. I'm not saying either side is lying, but something isn't right. And then somebody said those 16 and 17-year-old girls made those claims before the Newsweek breaking news alert. Okay. Somebody said this sounds like a parental scam. The thing is, I don't know, because things can happen and it can be concealed. I don't know. And like I said in the Michael Jackson's case earlier, I wasn't there. I can't really say. It's hard to say. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say if these kids are lying, the dad lying, or is Mr. Busfield lying. You know what I'm saying? It could be retaliation, but I'm not sure. If the dad says this is true, okay, and the kid says true, I hope they got some type of proof. I don't, in a lawsuit, no, these are criminal charges, and criminal charges, they got to have some type of proof to show. But is this the same case I was telling you they took one of the boys to the hospital, and when they took him to the hospital, they did an examination, and then they decided that they needed to call the police? So in that examination then, what did that examination reveal? Did it reveal that the little boy was being touched in places where he shouldn't have been? Because why did the hospital feel like they needed to call the police? But I guess if the dad or mom went there and said that these kids were being touched, then that would be enough for the hospital to call the police. Because just because you don't see anything in an examination, it doesn't mean that someone did not touch them in places where they didn't need, where you shouldn't be touching at. So like I said, it's hard for me to say if these kids are, and the dad is lying, or if Timothy Busfield is lying. It's very hard. Because, we weren't there, Somebody said tickling the boys and kiss on the forehead isn't abuse of any kind. It's a money grab. If they, all these eyewitness accounts, if they're saying basically they never saw him act inappropriately, they just haven't seen him do it. Where did these kids say this all happened at? Okay, I can't remember exactly what they said, the first story that I read, but where did they say all of this happened? Because if it wasn't out, if they claim it happens out in the open, it happened out in the opening, and no one saw this, then you got to question if they are telling the truth. Now, if they claim that it happened somewhere private, no one would see him doing anything in the first place. Remember this: people can act normal in front of others, okay, and be secretly doing stuff behind closed doors. All right, remember that. Not saying that he was doing this. I'm just saying. Somebody said it just seems weird that all this time later, all of a sudden, these claims are being made. These kids were fired from the show. According to another person, they said the father of the children in question was very creepy and always insisted on the boys going up and hugging on Tim. What father in their right mind would have their children hugging up on someone who is a total stranger, no matter whatever this guy is about, to be their boss, director, or not? I would expect my child to be respectful while working there, but there is no need for any contact with any adult that may not be working the scene with them. Also, my question is, where was the father when the abuse was happening? I thought it was my understanding that when doing TV or movies, that there has to be an adult, whether it be a parent or a social worker, present at all times. It's supposed to be. There never should be a reason a child is away from whoever was left in charge to look out them after them on the set. Yep, when you have a child actor or actress, the parent is supposed to be there, or some other guardian should be there the whole entire time. I remember when my kids was trying to be actors and stuff, actresses, that's what they, told me. I had to take them on auditions and everything. And you have to be there because they're minors. Somebody says it sounds like a setup. So, like I said, I don't know. Somebody said it sounds like the kids were coached. Well, if they are coaching, if they did coach these twins, hopefully, the truth will come out because, this is a criminal case, not civil. And in the criminal case, I think you have to have proof, right? So therefore, I wonder if they have proof and what type of proof do they have? Because again, just because people didn't see him doing anything, it doesn't mean that he's innocent, okay? Somebody said if this is fake, if they're lying, they need to be put in prison. If they're lying, they can get some type of charges, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if anybody else say anything different other than they think this is a money grab. Somebody said it would be unusual for a PEDO to only assault every 25 years. I mean, either a lot of people are going to be popping up, or let's see, or this guy with all the access he has to tons and tons of children, young adults, only pick a couple every 25 years. That's ridiculous. Okay. So she's just, or he is just basically saying what type of PEDO waits and does this every 25 years. Okay. And she said if he did do this, a lot of people should be popping up out of the woodwork. And she said this guy, if he did do it, he's seeing a lot of kids. Why would he pick out these two? I couldn't even answer none of these questions, honestly, because, I don't understand the mind of a PEDO. So I wouldn't be able to answer that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Somebody said he doesn't remember the kids, but he remembered this. You have made up too many stories. That's pretty, weird too. That he claims he doesn't remember the kids. Okay, that's weird. But like this person said, he remembers other things. Somebody said, here comes the blame game. I have seen this before about this actor. So somebody said, you do not get arrested for hugging. It's way more complicated. That's what I'm saying, because remember, this is not a civil lawsuit. This is a criminal lawsuit. So what type of proof do they have on this dude to have him in custody? We know the reason why they got him on bail, because they figured he'll try to leave and run. Okay, but what kind of proof do they have to keep him in custody? You see what I'm saying? And I told y'all before, in the other article I was reading, they said something about one of the twin boys, if not both. They were both of the boys, I think, were taken to the hospital. When they examined the boys, at least one, especially, I don't know for sure if it was both or one, they decided to call the police. So what did they find in that examination that made them call the police to have Timothy locked up? And usually when they give you an exam for that, it's usually, they find information where you basically did some inappropriate stuff, like, you know what I'm talking about, because that would show proof. Somebody said, sounds like he did a good job spinning the narrative back at the parents. And like I said before, it's hard to say, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be so quick to say he didn't do anything, all right? Because just because you got some eyewitness saying they never seen anything, it doesn't mean that nothing happened. Okay, I can't remember where these boys said these things happened at. I know it was on the set, but where? Was it in a closed area? Who was there? You need to know all these things right here, because maybe nothing was done around people there. And why would someone do anything weird around people? because if something goes down, they're going to question everybody. Somebody said he's scum of the earth. I don't know if they're talking about Timothy or the dad. Then they say he looks sick. Some people do believe he did it now. I'm going to tell you that right now. You say he's locked up for a reason, I would assume. Yeah. And we definitely need more information. He's definitely is locked up for a reason. Alyssa Gilbert said, his wife said she's still standing by him. And somebody said many more allegations have came out since he surrendered. He should have turned himself into the police immediately, not a whole week later. Well, they said he had to drive back to New Mexico. So that's why he did not turn himself in immediately. But why not just call the police and let them know what you're doing? I guess he didn't want to, because then they may try to come and arrest him while he's driving, I guess. I don't know. Just the whole thing is weird. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else we got on this right here. So kissing the two child actors on the head is not child abuse, okay? On their forehead, that is. So they did talk to Melissa Gilbert's son, okay? And he calls Timothy Busfield the father who showed up, okay? He didn't have anything bad to say about his stepdad. So let's see. So anyway, in a letter submitted to the court and obtained by people on Saturday, the 17th, the 30-year-old described Busfield as a steady father figure, okay? He said that Timothy has been a constant presence since entering his life as a teenager. He said, I have known Timothy Busfield since I was 15 years old. So he was reflecting on the relationship that began years before Busfield married his mother in April 2013. As he attempted to capture what his stepfather means to him, Michael admitted the task felt overwhelming. He said, as I sit here trying to write this letter, I find myself overwhelmed with emotion, trying to find the words that can perfectly encapsulate just how much of an incredible human being my stepfather is. And the answer that keeps coming back to me is that Timothy Busfield is my hero. And then he also said, ever since we met, he has shown up for me as a father more in the 15 years I have known him than my own biological father ever has in the entirety of my life. He said, Timothy Busfield is kind and thoughtful, and someone who carries a stalwart integrity all of us could only ever hope to match. And hopefully I said that word correctly. It's Stalwart. All right. So he did a very nice letter. Okay. But again, I'm not saying that Timothy Busfield is guilty. I'm just, saying just because his stepson wrote this letter, it doesn't mean these kids are lying, because remember, sometimes when people do certain things, they don't let that side of them show. Okay. They don't let it show until it needs to show. How do you think women be married to rapists, murderers, and don't even know it? It's because they don't show this. Point blank. I had a whole friend who was a rapist, and he was, luring people into his car, women, pretending like he had a job for them to work, at his company. He would get them in the car, take out his GUN and go to this isolated area, and he would rape them. And I didn't even know he was a rapist. We were friends. We used to go to the recording studio together to do music, and we were just friends. And he showed me in Atlanta, when I first got there and all of that. And come to find out he's a dead going serial rapist. And he did it at GUN point. So, and I didn't know it. You see what I'm saying? So it's easy for people to conceal stuff if they do not want you to know it. So we can't just base it on that. I want to know what type of evidence they have him incarcerated on, because it has to be something that they found, and it may be that examination. Now, his letter ended with a direct plea to the judge. The stepson said, "Despite all of the times that he has stepped up for me, I ask you, Your Honor, to please take care of him for me." So not only did the stepson write a letter, also his wife, Melissa Gilbert, she wrote one. And I don't know who else. Let's see. I don't know who else wrote one, but at least the wife wrote one, and then the stepson. And I'm sure that some other family members wrote a letter too. But again, just because your family members write letters and they tell the judge all the good things that you have done and the good side of you, it doesn't mean that they know the other side. It could be concealed until he's ready to show it. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's it for the updates on Busfield. Let me see what they're saying on TikTok about him, and then we're gonna move right along. Okay. Let's take this down. Let's make this music. I'm on the wrong thing, guys. Late night, man. You're on a whole nother level late at night. You got the people who are up, can't sleep, the night owls, and you got the people who are at work. So thank you guys for watching and everything. All right, I appreciate you guys. And have a good night at work too, okay? So let's go ahead and look at Timothy. I got to type it here because I forgot to put it up. And we're going to put it up here. Yeah, it's hard to say if people are innocent or guilty because, you just never know. And this is not real, so we're not going to watch that right there. What did I just type over here? Damn. I always spell his name wrong. There's no I right there. Let me take that out. Let me type this up here. Let's see. These are all old. They don't have nothing up here new. We may not be seeing anything. Let's see. So they had 75 letters sent to the judge. Okay, let's listen to this real quick.
A heartfelt plea from Little House on the Prairie star Melissa Gilbert. Her husband, actor Timothy Busfield, is being held on sex abuse charges, and she's asking the judge to take care of him. As Jim Murray reports, she's not the only one sending a letter of support of Busfield, who's being called the Jeffrey Epstein of Hollywood.
Please take care of my sweet husband is the heartfelt plea by Melissa Gilbert to the judge. In a letter, the Little House on the Prairie actress writes, "Tim Busfield is my love, my rock. He is my protector. I am his. But I cannot protect him now, and I think that more than anything else is what is truly breaking my heart. I only want this extraordinary man safe and whole." Melissa Gilbert is one of 75 people who've submitted letters of support to the judge as Timothy Busfield remains locked up in an Albuquerque jail awaiting tomorrow's bail hearing. Actress Patricia Wedig, who played Busfield's on-screen wife in the TV hit 30-something back in the early 90s, also wrote the judge, "He is a wonderful man, and I trust him completely." 30-something co-star actor Peter Horton says Tim is a good man. Busfield was arrested in Albuquerque 6 days ago for allegedly engaging in unlawful sexual conduct with twin brothers as a director on the set of the TV show The Cleaning Lady.
I did not do anything to those little boys.
He denies the charges. Today, I spoke to attorney Jim Wicca, who represented a teen who worked as an extra on the 1994 sports film Little Big League, co-starring Busfield.
She was a 17-year-old young lady, a teenager, who was working on the set of a movie with Mr. Busfield, and some inappropriate conduct occurred.
In a civil lawsuit, the teenager claimed Busfield invited the extra into his trailer, assaulted her, served her alcohol, groped her. Busfield was never criminally charged and denied the allegations. Wicca says the lawsuit was settled. When you heard about these charges, these allegations against actor Tim Busfield, what was your initial reaction given your history with him?
My reaction was one of kind of just sick to my stomach, that here we go again, and not complete surprise.
Timothy Busfield will be in court tomorrow in Albuquerque for a pre-trial hearing. A heartfelt plea from Little House on the Prairie.
Okay, so the other thing, he settled that. Okay, that's with the girl, I think. That's, again, that's why I say, just because a lot of people are saying the good things about him, it doesn't mean that certain things did not happen. Because, again, people don't show you everything about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know. So let's see this right here, what he's talking about.
Meet Tim Busfield. Really loved him as an actor, loved him in West Wing. He had a small part, but got himself into some hot water here. So let's talk about who he is. I'm using a mugshot, and it's not fair, and yet it is kind of fair because this is where he is right now. So first thing we do is shape of the face, very narrowed face this way. This is kind of a fire face. These people tend to be very oversensitive, too sensitive. And then we look at the right and left eye. The right eye is what we show to the world. It's our public persona, it's our mother's influence. The left is our true and our private self. If you cover up that left eye and just look at that right eye, he's hateful. That's an interesting thing at this point in his life. We shouldn't be seeing that. Now, cover up the right side and just look at the left eye, he's angry. So you put hate and anger together. It's an interesting combination. A little surprised by that. Hairline is kind of uneven. This indicates he was probably a rebellious teen and tends to have a bit of a rebellious streak in him. Forehead, very, very deep lines, and they kind of droop in the middle. This is an intestinal indicator. The fact that they droop indicates he's got a prolapse of his transverse colon. He's pooping uphill. Let's talk about what the emotion when something is deficient, and this is not a deficiency. The emotion is despair. It'd be interesting to see a picture of him not at this point, if his lines were not so drooped down, because this is despair. And I'm sure he feels that deeply right now. Temples very indented. Temples represent spleen function, but they also represent your body's ability to be happy. He's not happy. And there's just kind of total lack of joy right now. Eyebrows, unequal heights. And this is a sign that probably had poor parental support growing up, probably a less than stellar relationship with a parent or a step parent. Between his eyebrows, he's got some lines there. These are liver lines. The emotion of the liver is anger. A lot of anger issues going on here, but you can't look at this and not go, what's going on underneath his eyes? Has a caterpillar crawled under the skin and went to sleep on a hammock there? This is a kidney deficiency indicator. I see this more commonly in men. Many men that have a kidney deficiency, one of the ways you can tonify your kidney is sex. I wish it were not so, but I see this commonly. Look at any pictures of priests that have been busted for abuse of children, and how many of them have this incredible fullness underneath your eyes. Again, it's a kidney deficiency. Sex can be used to tonify the kidney. It actually makes you feel better when you have sex because there's such a weakness in your kidneys. Now, eventually it goes bad. In his case, it did. Cheeks, very sunken cheeks. Lung and large intestine make up what's called the metal element. We know the large intestine is drooped. The cheeks are indented. The emotion of that is despair. I'll just leave it with an ugh comment. It's just kind of sad. You never like people that you watch on television as actors end up doing bad things. And sadly, he made some bad choices. Meet Tim Busfield. Really loved him as an actor. Loved him.
That was his facial analyst. Okay. Somebody said he always gave her bad vibes. How? Somebody said they felt bad vibes from him since Field of Dreams. Really? Somebody said, I am curious with AI and filters, how do you know when the image is mirrored, causing the right and left to reverse? And then they asked, does he have another photo? But the thing about it, though, I mean, you can't tell the time by looking at a photo. You know what I'm saying? I don't, like I said, I don't see it. You know, I mean, he's probably looking like that because shit, he's, in jail. You wouldn't be happy. What you gonna do? Be smiling and shit? He's in jail for a serious offense. So of course he's gonna be frowning, looking weird, and everything else. He's not gonna be up there laughing and shit and looking happy. So that right there is just what it is. Okay, analysis, because I mean, to me, it doesn't prove anything. Period. So let's hear this real quick, okay?
So, you know what's right and wrong, right?
Yeah.
You know no one could touch your private areas?
Yeah, but he didn't touch that part.
Doesn't touch your private parts? Okay. Okay. And you know what's right and wrong, right? You know where people can't touch, where people can't do. Yeah, you know that, right? Does Tim ever do that?
No, he's never touched me.
Never touched you?
Yeah.
In like, your private areas, right?
Yeah.
Never did that?
Never.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is what the two twin actors initially said to the police. Okay, that was an interview then. So that's what they told the police at first. So what made them change their story then? That's crazy. So, I mean, that's tripped out. Anyway, I don't know what to honestly think about this, you guys. Let's look at this one real quick.
There's developments in the Timothy Busfield child molestation accusation case where he was, I don't know if we call it on the lam when you're just not turning yourself in. The arrest warrant went out Friday and he didn't turn himself into authorities until, well, Friday was day 1, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, day 5, Tuesday. He says it's because he was driving cross country 2,000 miles. That's bullshit. You can A, get on a plane. B, if you really just didn't want to like get onto a plane for whatever reason, you would call the authorities and say, I'm coming.
I said that myself. Why didn't he just call the police? But then I said maybe he didn't want to because they would probably just come on the freeway wherever he's at and arrest him. Because you would think you would just call them and say, I'm coming. So that's why he doesn't have a bail right when he first went there. I mean, he's going up for his bail hearing later on today, I think.
I'm going to drive cross country and I will be there on whatever. But he was whereabouts unknown.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing, but that is not the behavior of an innocent man in my view. But now he's hired some expensive defense lawyer who has come out, and this guy claims that he has passed
It is weird.
a quote independent examiner's polygraph. That his lawyer hired an independent polygraph examiner, and that Timothy Busfield has allegedly passed it. Period. End of report. Absolutely no addition.
You cannot use that 100%, okay? Because it's easy. Some people can fool those things. You know what I'm saying?
Additional details. I don't believe it. I'm just going to be honest. There's no way that this lawyer would have hired somebody who they couldn't control to do something like this. And but that's what they're using to make us, believe that he's innocent. And here's a bit of, okay, this is TMZ with video from Timothy Busfield's lawyer's office in Albuquerque. Is this the video we saw the other day where he denies it? Oh, okay. Yeah, we already saw this. Never mind. We already played this. He had his first court appearance the other day. And meanwhile, so that case is going to play out, Maureen. But meanwhile, his wife, Melissa Gilbert, is on her brand website. She's like a Meghan Markle wannabe with her little home style brand, like Home on the Prairie or whatever it is. She's still posting. So she's deleted her personal socials, though she was very active using them, trying to shame people like me who she didn't feel talked about abuse in the proper way. Hello, heal thyself, preacher. Now she's posting on her lifestyle brand all about what's in her refrigerator and having the brand people point out that Melissa has nothing to do with the allegations against Timothy, which is not true. She is repeatedly referenced in the police affidavit in support of the charges, accusing her of being part of the grooming by taking these two 7-year-old boys out for dinners and buying them presents, not specifically saying that she knew they were being abused, but definitely pointing to her as fostering the close relationship. So it's not true that she has nothing to do with it. And she has nothing suddenly to say about abuse, Maureen. Absolutely nothing. She's deleted the socials. So what do you make of this whole thing?
I don't mean to be superficial, but I look at the two of them.
So there's developments in the Timothy Busfield
Let me stop.
child molestation accusation case.
Well. I hope that Melissa, I hope he's innocent, okay? And I hope she did not, if he did do something, I hope she did not know anything about it. Point blank. Let me see if she got part 2 up here real quick. I don't want to get no claims, too. I bet, is this, no? Let's see what she's saying right
And
here.
they look like a colossal mess. They look like very heavy drinkers to me.
Yeah.
They,
Wow.
they look unhygienic to me.
Yes, they do look unhygienic.
It speaks to just a sort of chaos.
She
like an
said she
emotion.
what? Kelly is a disgusting, vile human being. It's the first time I've ever seen her.
Emotional, intellectual chaos. That guy was missing for 5 days. If law enforcement knew where he was, we would have known. And I think the feds raiding the house upstate,
Yes.
ramming their way in, I think that was an FU to those two for him being wherever he was.
Mhm.
You know, as you said, innocent people don't run.
No.
You know,
No.
my opinion, innocent people don't run. She then deletes her Instagram account, but then reactivates the Modern Prairie, whatever her thing is, to show us the contents of her refrigerator, as one does when one's husband is facing multiple accounts of child abuse. That police affidavit, by the way, I believe the part where Melissa's involved too, because when the police in Albuquerque were interviewing Timothy in New York via speakerphone, he said, Melissa is here with me.
She heard everything. November 3rd.
Heard everything. You read his denial, it's like it's all over the place.
Yes.
I definitely would have touched those kids. Are you allowed to touch those kids is the question from the authorities. Well, no, you're definitely not allowed to touch the kids. I mean, there's no protocol for it. I mean, there may be a protocol for it. I don't know. You know what happened? The father of those boys wanted me to hug them. I didn't want to hug them.
And then,
wait, I don't know who those boys are.
Yes.
I don't remember
Yes,
them.
I don't remember them.
Yes.
Okay. Wait a minute. The ones that you just admitted playfully tickling? You don't remember them suddenly?
Highly likely you touched.
Yeah, so which is it? And honestly, like, it's a no. Can you imagine?
The first time I ever heard you say the B word. Okay.
Imagine someone playfully tickling your 7-year-old boy.
There is no reason an adult should be putting hands on a child that is not their own.
That's right. And especially everybody knows that, quote, playful tickling of another man's son is inappropriate for you to be doing as a grown man and is considered a grooming
It is
behavior.
absolutely grooming behavior. I had a distant relative, distant, who we all knew there was something deeply wrong with him. And clue number one, he lived in Southeast Asia and, never came back.
Mhm.
But when he would come over, and this was before like this conversation was like just part of our, like we all are very fluent in what this stuff is now.
Mhm.
Would love to tickle me. And I was a highly ticklish child. And I knew it was so fucked up and disturbing because it's like you're laughing, but it's an involuntary reaction. But inside you're in agony.
Mhm.
And the longer it goes on, you can't stop yourself. And you can tell the sadistic glee that the adult, like they're violating you. It's
Yes.
an utter violation.
Yes.
And, you find out that any stranger is
A child is a violation. Okay. Anyway, that was pretty fascinating. Okay. Let's see what you said. You said Megyn Kelly is a disgusting, vile human being. Ask this B to tell her boss to release the Epstein files. I can't stand her. Wow. I see. This is the first time I ever heard you say a bitch. Okay. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said before, I disagree with the tickling thing because people do tickle kids, okay? As long as you're not tickling them in weird places. All right. And I don't know if this is true. I don't know if Melissa would have known about it. Okay, if it is true. I think she was just basically just buying gifts because it was a holiday or just because she wanted to. I mean, just because you buy a child gifts, it doesn't mean that you're grooming them for something. So again, for me, I have to see proof, that Timothy actually did this before I can say he's guilty. Okay. I can't say if he's guilty or not guilty because I don't know for sure. We don't know. We don't really have enough information. We just have people telling us what they think, based on what they see. The tickling thing, it just depends. For me, it depends on where he was tickling the child at. All those eyewitness accounts saying they never see him do anything. But again, let me stress this. Just because you didn't see him do anything, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Okay, point blank. I am, tripping about the fact that the kids first said he didn't touch them, and then now all of a sudden he did. But sometimes people will cover for people, you know what I'm saying, because they're scared or for whatever reason. So again, it's pretty hard to say unless actual, evidence is shown. Like, with the two twin boys, they did take them to the hospital, and clearly something at the hospital warranted them to call the police. Okay, so I don't know what that would have been, but something did because they called the police right after the kids were taken and they were examined. So it is what it is, you guys. And what I will do is keep you guys informed as I get more updates. And y'all tell me in the comment section, do y'all think Timothy Busfield did this, or you think these people are just lying on him and just trying to get money? Or do you think it's a combination? Because sometimes it be a combination, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We're going to get off of this right here. Man. And, I hope no other people come out. Okay, because if other people start coming out, then you're going to be like, damn, all these people, so somebody must be telling the truth. Now, those two girls, or that girl that he allegedly touched and stuff, I think they did a lawsuit and he settled. So I don't know, what that means. And then what about the one, is that the same one where the dad decided, I guess the dad made an offer, either Timothy made the offer to the dad about getting counseling and stuff, and his dad agreed to counsel him because he touched the little girl or something allegedly. I don't know if that's the same girl or not, but remember, those are some allegations as well, and those are true. At least that's what they claim they are true. Okay, so you have to wonder. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, I'm smacking on this damn guy. Keep on forgetting I'm on camera. Now we're going to move on to some breaking news real quick, okay? Let me do this. Yeah, all these daggone actors and stuff, and these got these charges. Who was the other person? What's his name? What's his name? The one that I talked about a couple of days ago. I haven't got any updates on him yet. But when I do, I'm going to let you guys know. I did a whole live on him. Okay? But anyway, let's go ahead and look at some breaking news, you guys. So y'all remember Michael Jackson's monkey, Bubbles? Anyway, Bubbles is 43 years old. Well, he's almost 43. He'll be 43 in April. So they said when he was with Michael Jackson, he used to be partying all night. I don't know how true that is, okay, guys? But now, in his retirement, he's living a quiet life in Florida, okay? So they say, yeah, he used to be partying with Bon Jovi, when Michael Jackson was alive and had him. But now he lives all his days at the Center for Great Apes in Wauchula, Florida. where he loves nothing more than an early night. Oh. So let's see. They say he takes naps in the afternoon and usually makes his nest for the night by 6 p.m., sleeping until early morning. She said when he's not sleeping or eating, he likes to watch Disney's chimpanzee movie and paint. You know how to paint? They say his favorite activity is hanging out with his chimp friends as they enjoy meals together. So he spends his his days are spent with his long time chimpanzee family, Oopsie, Boma, Kadu, and Striker. They also say he is around 50 in human years. He spends his days getting groomed by Oopsie and Kuda in the mornings and strolling around the sanctuaries, trailways to see other chimps and caretakers throughout the day. Oh, I hope they're not lying. So this is a picture of him. Look at him. He's cute. He's 50 in human years. Look at his little toes. Is his toes polished? I can't tell. They look like they are. This is Michael Jackson's chimp. He's 40-some years old. Now he'll be 40-something. 42 or 45. I forgot what they said. 50 in our years, okay? So that may have been when he was, I don't know, this picture right here may be old. Because they said then he was seen wearing human clothing. So that's probably when he was with Michael. I want to see, this is him now. So this is him now. That was when he was younger. This is him now right here. Oh, he looks different now. Gosh, they took his clothes off and everything. This is him now. I guess he can't be walking around there with clothes on. You can tell he's older. Oh, I'm glad he's alive and they taking care of this chimp. Okay. I was wondering about the other picture. The other pictures of when he was younger. Oh, he was so happy. Look at him smiling in that picture. The one I showed y'all first, he was smiling in that picture and everything. Oh, he still like he's happy. Look at how much he done changed. He done changed a lot. They age just like humans. So that was a recent photo I just showed you guys, okay? That was just taken. They just took that photo. Probably last week. So I'm glad he's being taken care of, okay? So he's been there since 2005. So he went there before Michael passed away. So they say he was deemed no longer suitable for life around people. So that's why he had to go there. Okay. He weighs 185 pounds. So the part where he's at is not open to the public. They say he's shy and private. And he also paints. Okay. They say he only hands over the canvas when he's truly finished, and his expressive style sometimes goes beyond the borders. So Michael Jackson got Bubbles in 1983. So he stayed with Michael Jackson from 83 to 2005. That's 93, 2003, 2005. 22 years. 22 years. So he got the Bubbles when he was just 8 months old. They say he slept in a crib inside the singer's room and was often seen wearing human clothes. He went to Japan when he turned 4 with Michael Jackson, and he appeared in some of his videos. And John Bowlby recalled partying with the chimp at a hotel in Tokyo in the 80s. Okay. He said Bubbles comes down and wreaks havoc. Bubbles parties like a rock star. That's what John Bon Jovi told Jimmy Kimmel. Oh yeah, he's getting a little older. Yeah. He's big. Weigh 100 and some pounds now. He's huge. He used to be so little. I'm glad they're taking care of him good though. He was little when he was with Michael. So I'm just glad he's been taken care of. That's a blessing and stuff. And hopefully he, live out. Oh, they got him showing him painting. Man, I thought they was lying. Look at him. He painting right here. I hope he, lives a long time. I don't know how long chimpanzees live, but yeah. Damn, you know how to paint? See him right there. Oh, cute. All right, guys. That's Bubbles now. That was good to get some information on what happened to Michael Jackson's chimpanzee. I'm glad we got a chance to, find out. So my blessings are to him, to the little chimpanzee. Also, Michael Jackson had to let him go because he started acting aggressive. Oh, so then he had somebody come and check him out, Jane Goodall. And then she claimed that Bubbles was being beaten by Michael Jackson, okay? If only they could talk. So anyway, they said it costs around $30,000 a year to take care of Bubbles. And they said it's unclear how much the estate, pays each year. They claimed that after Jackson passed on, that he left Bubbles $2 million. Now they claim that that's a lie, though. Okay. Now they did say this animal will make an appearance in Michael's upcoming, biopic. Okay. And that film is going to be released in April. And then somebody else is going to also play the chimp, okay? But he will make an appearance to the real one, okay? Well, like I said, I'm glad they're taking care of this animal. I hope that he did not get beaten, okay? Because I'm wondering why did he become so aggressive? Somebody said they live to be over 60, so he may be around all that time. I'm pretty sure when he passes, they're going to let us know. But I'm just glad he's doing good now. And it looks like he's been taken care of very well. Yeah, I didn't know it. That's good. I'm glad he is. Okay. They said this was Michael's real child. That's what I was getting ready to say. I'm glad he's safe too. Then somebody had to be funny. Is that a picture of Michael or the chimp? These people are so stupid. Somebody said that Michael's estate does pay the sanctuary for Bubbles. I believe he does too. And I believe he did leave that monkey some damn money. Okay, they're not going to tell you the 100% truth. Yeah, he probably did leave him some, but there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about Nick Reiner, some more updated information about him. Okay, and I'm also tomorrow make sure y'all check out my news flash because I'm going to be telling you guys about Kiefer Sutherland, what he did to that Uber driver. I'm gonna do a news flash thing, a news reaction on that. So that's crazy. I knew he had did something because there's no way they would have arrested him if he didn't put his hands on that driver in a certain type of way. And the guy is a black Uber driver too, Uber. So now we know that. But I'll go over that tomorrow, like I just said. All right. So we've been on here an hour and 4 minutes. We're about to go. Let me give you more breaking news. Lamar Odom was arrested in Las Vegas, you guys, okay? He was arrested over the weekend. Okay, let's see. I hope he wasn't drunk. Let's see. Yep. DUI. Y'all remember he used to be married to Khloe Kardashian? And y'all remember when they had that reality show, I think. This dude is still drinking. So he was arrested on Saturday on a DUI charge as well as 2 traffic violations. So they say he was driving more than 41 miles per hour over the speed limit. He was also making improper lane changes and failing to maintain his lane. Now, remember back in 2013, he was also arrested then. So on March the 17th, he has to appear in court in Nevada. Okay. So back in 2013, he checked himself into a DRUG, an alcohol, rehab place. He stayed there for about a week after he got arrested in 2013. And back in 2019, he opened up about his on that white stuff, that powder stuff, and then alcohol and, that other stuff y'all like to smoke, the one you can go to the, what do you call that, dispensary to get. He did that in that Las Vegas brothel in 2015. And he almost, was unalive by that. He said his heart stopped twice. He had 12 seizures and 6 strokes. His lungs collapsed and his kidneys ruptured. He said he was on life support. He said everyone I ever loved was looking at me through bleary eyes. And then when he was married to Chloe back then, she helped him with his recovery after the life-threatening incident. And I remember that stuff. So they were married from 2009 to 2016. And that's why he used to come on that show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And then he had another show called Chloe and Lamar. And that stayed on for about 2 seasons. And he has shown, remorse for everything he put his wife through when he was married, his ex-wife through. So hopefully, he gets some help, okay? Because clearly he needs to get it. He's back doing the alcohol, don't tell him what else, driving with it, while intoxicated, doing the most. He could have unalived somebody else in himself. So hopefully they get him some damn help for real. Because that's, tripped out. So it is what it is. So like I said, hopefully he can get some help. And it works. My prayers are extended out to him. Okay? All right. So that's it for this live tonight, you guys. Y'all let me know. He definitely needs to get it together. You got that right. He definitely needs to get it together. That's a shame. I don't even know how old this dude is, but he needs to get his shit together because, you only get so many chances to do certain things. And then eventually those chances stop happening. You know what I'm saying? And you really don't want to, get to that point where, getting chances anymore and it's just be it. All right. So again, my prayers are standing out to him and for him. And you guys let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about Timothy Busfield? Do you believe he did something to these boys? Or you think these boys are lying? Okay? And what do you guys think about Lamar Odom? What do you guys think about that? And are you happy to see Bubbles? I just showed you guys Michael Jackson's chimpanzee. All right, he's doing good, and it's a blessing that he has a place that is taking care of him and letting him retire in peace. So y'all tell me what y'all think about everything that you saw tonight. And don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment and hype this video up, when you see that hype up button. All you got to do is slide the comment thing over and you'll see it, or sometimes it just popped up. It pops up on its own. And if you want to show additional support for the channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, Cash App donation at $Shades2, or copy yourself a membership. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night with another, live topic. Tomorrow, I forgot. I think we're going to talk about Kiefer. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland tomorrow. All right. So be looking forward to that. And or either no. We're gonna talk about him on my news reaction. But tomorrow night we're gonna talk about Reiner, Nick Reiner. We got some new updated information on him. That's what we're gonna be talking about tomorrow night. All right. And I got one little sad story to tell y'all about tomorrow night as well. Okay. All right. Y'all have a blessed night, and I'll see you later. Make sure y'all check out my Country Way reaction videos, lives if you watch Country Way, my news reactions that comes on early in the day. It's pretty short, so you guys can watch that. And check out my latest Dollar Tree haul that I put up on Saturday, and my YouTube shorts where I did a mini haul today. All right. Other than that, you guys, be blessed and sweet dreams. Until the next time, this is Shades 2, and I am out, you guys. Peace.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up.
Thank you, Jermaine, for being here. Thanks to all of the Bushes and everybody who watched me in the replay. Peace out, y'all.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, and back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's Tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube.